Lip gloss. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? We're gonna jump right into it. Michelle Pettis is an award-winning, nationwide, worldwide phenomenon with a message that says it is not weight loss, obesity, fat, food addiction. It's the story behind all of those. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things. One part of what we're going to talk about is if eating healthy is self preservation, what are you doing to protect yourself in this toxic food environment? So, ladies and gentlemen, give Michelle Pettis a welcome hand of reception as she takes it away. I only have one finger. So,
Yes, I am Deborah, and I say this every week. I say it every week because it's the truth. It's the truth. I love getting on this call with you. I love this conversation. This conversation is the highlight of my week. And the reason is one of the
oh,
reasons it's such the highlight of my week is not just your effervescent, wonderful personality. It's not that.
mhm.
But I love getting on this call because on this call, when we have this conversation, I am able to share. I am able to share everything that I have figured out as a result of dealing with food addiction, with obesity, with yo-yo dieting, with stress eating, with emotional overeating, with binging and craving for the past 40 years. I'm able to share that because if I'm able to share it and somebody on this watching that is this watching tonight or watches the YouTube later on, if somebody gets some information, if they pick up a nugget, if they pick up a piece of truth, if they pick up a strategy, if they pick up a tactic, if they pick up something that helps them navigate this toxic food environment, that makes things a little easier for them, that helps turn on a light or a light bulb, then that means the 40 years that I struggled with this was not in vain. That that my 40 years was worth something. So I learned all that. I went through all of that so so the viewers don't have to.
Okay. Michelle with an E says, good evening, ladies.
So that's why I'm always so happy to be on this call with you because if
Thank
I
you.
can share something, if I can impart something, if I can just let you know that it's possible to overcome, that after I struggled with this for 40 years, that you don't have to struggle. You do not
Amen.
have to struggle with it. We hear all the time that the struggle is real. Guess what? The victory is real. The
Yes.
victory is real. And if we focus on the victory, if we focus on the victory, that's that's what pulls us through. So the question is,
Awesome.
what are you willing to do in this toxic food environment? Are you willing to stay focused on victory?
All
Are you
right.
willing to stay focused on victory? Not what I can't eat, right? Not the fact that not the fact that not the fact that somebody else is having something I want to eat, so I'm jealous. Somebody else is having something else that I used to eat that I know that's not good for me, so I'm envious. Somebody is having something that's more delicious than mine, so I'm afraid that they're having some joy that I'm not having. Right? Somebody ordered something that I've never seen before. There's something on the menu I've never seen before, so I'm curious about eating it, right? So all of those are emotions, right? Fear, jealousy, envy, curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what emotional overeating looks like. Eating out of those things, but nobody ever talks about that. See, I'm gonna tell you about the emotions. Yeah, people do eat because they're lonely, because they're bored, because they're stressed, right? But frustrated, all those things are real. But there are 100 other emotions that roam around inside of us that have us picking up a Reese's cup or some potato chips or a piece of cake
Mm-hmm.
or some macaroni and cheese or a whole bunch of stuff that we don't really know what's in it just because it tastes good, right? And so my question is, what are you willing to do to protect yourself in your this toxic food environment? That's the question that we're breaking apart tonight. And so my question is, what do you do? Well, for those of you who don't know, I used to work for Radio One, right? Kathy Hughes, who
Mm-hmm.
is media mogul extraordinaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the founder of Radio One, of Urban One, of TV One, wrote the
Mm-hmm.
foreword for my book, right?
Mm-hmm. I
And
saw that.
when I first started with the company in the early 1990s, she was on the air. She was on the air broadcasting
Mhm.
in Washington, D.C., and she would come on the air and she still says it, right? It's a
Mhm.
mantra. Information is power.
Yes.
Information is power. So, what are you going to do to protect yourself in this toxic food environment? That is, get information about what you're
Mhm.
eating.
Yes.
We the 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 goal is the question is, what are you putting in your mouth? Do you
Yes.
know what's in everything that you put in your mouth? Or do you just accept the fact that they're selling it in the grocery store, it must be okay. They're selling it in a restaurant, it must be okay. Well, I got news for you, it's not. So
Exactly.
we have to get information and question and assume, just start from ground zero. Assume that everything is not good for you.
Mhm.
Assume everything is not good for you, and then work backwards to figure out what is good for you.
Mhm.
Right? What's in it? You know, I was at a little cafe earlier this week, and I bought this protein, this nut bar that I like, right?
Uh-huh.
And, you know, it's made with a couple of different things that I vetted, right? It
Mhm.
has dates in it, it has sunflower seeds, it has
Mhm.
some other little things in it, and I like it, and it gives me I like it. It gives me a good boost of protein,
Uh-huh.
and I check the ingredients, and it tastes good. So I'm there, I'm checking it out, I'm checking it out, and the what do you call it? The cashier is like, oh, oh, are those good? I've never had any of those. Are those good? And I said, yeah, they are good. And then it dawned on me that's the first question that we ask about food. What does it
Mhm.
taste like? Is it
Mhm.
good?
Yes.
That is the first question. And that question doesn't tell us what we need to know about food.
Mhm.
If we accept that food is for nutrition, nourishment, and energy, the very first question should be,
Is
even
it good
before,
for you?
is it good for you? Is it safe?
Yes.
Let's start with that. Is it safe? Is it safe? And
Mhm.
then is it good for you? What makes it good for you? Are there some other things in it that aren't good for you that negate the fact that there might be one thing in it that's good for you?
And let me
Right?
let me say this for me and for you. If you all would contact your agriculture extension, what happens is whatever the biggest issues are in your state, agriculture extension, which is also known as 4-H, they have classes, courses, exercise programs directly dealing with that. And I'm going to grab this book. We have been being taught by agriculture extension on a, and this, they call it a scientific program. um and it is on chronic pain, but it talks about exactly what we're talking about today. And I'm going to show y'all the book. It's living a healthy life with chronic conditions. But the mass majority of what we're talking about is nutrition. We spent 2 weeks on reading labels, making decisions. Every week we make decisions, we come up with a problem, and they teach us the decision making process. And although we've had those things, those classes over and over when we were growing up in college and all that, if you, and these are free classes, if you take it, then it helps you with your goals.
Yes.
It helps you
Yes.
with your goals. So certainly diabetes, obesity, and malnutrition or undernutrition or not having access to good food is an issue in every state in the United States. So they have some type of semblance of this class to get
Thank
you
you.
there, to get you
Thank
started.
you.
Yes.
Thank you, Deborah Ann. Yes, to
Yes.
get you started, because we
Mhm.
have to always be pouring into our minds and our brains information about what we eat and why it's good for us or why it's not good for us. And
Mhm.
what I was just thinking about? I was just thinking
What?
about this um this phrase that we hear all the time that's really associated with black folk in our culture, right? And the phrase is, it's actually a question, right? Who made the potato salad? Yeah. Who made who made the potato salad?
Mm-hmm.
Or that's the question, or the statement, I don't eat everybody's potato salad. I don't
Oh
eat
yeah.
anybody's potato salad.
Oh yeah.
And that's just rolling around in my head about where where did that come from? Why do we say that? What's that all about? But my thought about that is, why does it just apply to potato salad? It should apply to everything that we put in our mouth.
Yes.
Who,
B a G is
who
on. She says, "Good evening, ladies."
hello, B&G. Good to see you. Right.
Yeah.
Who made this? Who made
Yeah.
this? Where did it
You
came
know.
from? Who's in it? I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't eat just anything
You know
without
what I
vetting it.
realized? Michelle, I realized this week what has permeated my mind are the commercials on TikTok and YouTube that show people fixing soul food, that show commercials in between the YouTube content on food. And I'm like, like the typical Thanksgiving spread, but you see people cooking it all the time, or having two or three or four meats. They'll have some vegetables and nachos, and I'm like, whew, that looks so good. And I'm aware that I am still tuned in to that good food. And I'm like, and
Yeah,
I'm thinking, okay, now how could I do this? Because if I'm not eating sugar, then sugar laden sweet potatoes may not be the best choice for me not to eat sugar. And I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, wow, that looks good. I,
yeah.
I literally had to unsubscribe to a food prep couple in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-wee. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I was like, wow, look at that
Yeah.
spread. And I'm aware that it excites me in my spirit,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
is why I claim that I am a food addicted person. And just to say that, like today, the only thing I've eaten is this hummus with some with those nutritional grain chips. But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
have some beans and a protein a little later, and I have a salad as well. I have two salads as well, so I have a couple of choices, and I'm okay with it. I'm proud to eat that little because I'm saying, it would be great to not eat for a day or two, or day at least. So I'm okay with that. But deep in my spirit, I'm aware that I'm being, and then that's not even to talk about the commercials from Burger King and Wendy's and Hardee's
Mm-hmm.
and all of and the steak places and all of that. It's coming into my spirit, into my view, in my ears.
Yep.
Alan Aden Adedocum says hello.
Was this? Oh yeah, Aden. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah,
Hello.
Deborah Ann, I am so glad that you brought that up. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that you brought that up. And it's actually a perfect segue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect segue into my TED Talk. So
Good.
for anybody that doesn't know, I did a TED Talk. The name of the TED Talk is a addict's lesson. A food addict's lesson. Confusion, clarity, recovery. And
Yes.
one of the things that I talk about in that TED Talk is exactly what Deborah Ann, what you were talking about, how we are bombarded with all this commercial messaging around food, around what to eat, that food looks good, it's going to make us happy, right? All of that, we're constantly bombarded with those messages. And the way that we fight this, and I didn't really say that in the talk, but the way that we fight this, we have to put different messages in our head about the
Mm-hmm.
food to counteract these sales messages that are constantly coming at us. We have to we have to put the truth in our head so that when we
Yes.
see food, we start seeing something different than what they want us to see. But
Mm-hmm.
that takes practice, that takes time, that takes writing, that takes coming to my writing workshops on the weekend so
Yeah.
that we can start reframing and recreating a new narrative around food. And
Yes.
here's exactly what I mean. I, s- I start off my talk and I say that I have a few things that I never thought I'd have. And one of the things that I talk about is having the power. This is at the very beginning of the talk. I talk about
Mm-hmm.
having the power to resist my grandmother's peach cobbler, my Aunt Dorothy's sweet potato pie, my mother's lemon pound cake, and anybody's bread pudding, even if it has bourbon sauce on it. That that's at the beginning of the talk. That
Mhm.
I now have the power to resist all of those things. Now, my grandmother's dead, my aunt is dead, my mother is dead. People are still making bread pudding, but even if they were still alive and making those things, I would not eat them. And so that's how I start. I have the power to resist those things. At the end of the talk, I don't know if you caught this, but
Mhm.
here's what I say: that I'm on this stage giving this talk, and I'm in possession of something I never thought I have, which is the power to happily,
Mhm.
happily refuse those
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
Happily refuse
Mhm.
my grandmother's peach cobbler, happily
Mhm.
refuse my Aunt Dorothy's sweet potato pie, happily
Mhm.
refuse my mother's lemon pound cake,
Mhm.
happily refuse bread pudding, even if it has bourbon sauce on it. And
Mhm.
the reason is because I see those things now differently than when I saw them before I became free.
Mhm.
I see them, and so and I pick those things specifically because those women are the women that I love most on this planet,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so the notion that they're making those things and giving those things to me in love is something you have to look at, right? But we
Yeah.
also have to understand that if they had a fundamental understanding that those things were poison, that those things would have led my health into the decline that it was leading, right?
Mhm.
That it would have put me in that position, they would have never given it to me. And not only that, I do remember times, girl, you had enough pie. You had enough
Yeah.
cake. Don't get any
Yeah.
more. They said that, right? But I
Mhm.
was an addict. I didn't know. They didn't know that it was addictive, right? They just
Mhm.
said, you know, if you're little, that's gonna rot your teeth. You need to go brush your teeth. All that sugar's not good for your teeth, right? All that,
Mhm.
right? But if they knew that, if they knew that that stuff would cause illness, right? If they
Mhm.
knew that it would cause diabetes like it does, if they knew that, they would have never given it to me. Never.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so when I look at that and I now look at those foods and I can have, and so yeah, they did taste good. I love my mother, I love my grandmother, I love my aunt. But now when I look at those foods, I don't see that. What I see is poison,
Mhm.
right? What I see is what I see is not being able to move like I want to move. What I
Mhm.
see is not being able to wear the clothes I
Mhm.
want to wear. What I see is not feeling the confidence in my body that I now have. What I see, right, is not being able to just to have the freedom,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
I see that that stuff stands in between me and the life that I want. And so I I can look at it and say, yeah, in the old days I ate that. And I ate it and I enjoyed it, but I didn't have the consciousness that I have now. And so
Mhm.
as we're talking about what are you in this toxic food environment, what are you willing to do to protect yourself? Let me tell you, the only thing that we have to protect ourselves is our thought, is our brain.
Oh wow.
And the way that we protect ourselves is we get the information. We get
Mhm.
the right information, we get the correct information
Mm.
about what is in everything we eat. When we start looking at what the preservatives do, right?
Michelle
Go ahead.
says, Michelle says, happily refuse. I like that. And Donovan Favor says, hello, mama.
That's right.
I like that.
No, hey, back at you. Hello, hello, daddy.
And so,
Yes, yes, exactly, Michelle. Happily refuse
mhm,
because what you put your in that refusal. Every time we refuse something, we're accepting something else.
mhm,
Every time we refuse something, we are accepting something else, and we have to focus on that thing that we are accepting. We are focusing on that. So
You
go ahead.
see, I went to speak with my weight loss doctor last week, and he said go to your regular doctor, and he needs to meet with you and counsel you for 6 months. And I said to myself, my knee doctor was like as soon as possible next month. But you know what I said? I said I could take 6 months. It doesn't matter if I get the weight loss surgery next week, next year, in 6 months, in 2 months, because I am resolved that I'm still going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be meeting every Monday in our weight loss group. I'm going to be at the writing class the first Saturday of every month. And I'm going to join that 52-week class. And I am going to work on my brain, which
Yes,
my brain and my mindset is going to tell my body and my fingers and my mouth what to do.
yes,
And
yes.
I'm in a totally different place than I was last year, and I'm paying attention. I am weighing myself. I'm excited about. I'm a little nervous about always getting on my scale, but I'm also, I used to always get on my scale. I'm okay with doing what it takes
Mm-hmm.
to
Yes,
win and to get my life back. And
yes.
I'm excited about that.
I you know what that Deborah, and that is it right there. You said I'm excited about that. I'm excited about getting my life back. And that right there is that's the answer to the question. That's the perfect answer. In this toxic food environment, what are
Yes.
you willing to do to protect yourself? Excitement protects you. Excitement about reclaiming your life, about reclaiming your body, about reclaiming your health, having some excitement about that journey is what powers us through. So as long as you're thinking, you have as long as you're not excited about the work, about the not even about the work, about the outcome, about the results,
Hmm.
you're not going to be able to do it. You're not.
Yes.
So it is get it, excitement, that feeling, that emotion. Stay in that, because here's the thing: is that wherever we are on this journey, right? However much you have to lose, whether it's 20 pounds, whether it's 200 pounds, whether it's 300 pounds, once you release that, right? You're releasing some heaviness from your body, but you're releasing some heaviness from your mind. And when
Yeah.
you're releasing the heaviness from your body and from your mind, guess what? You're adding quality, not just years to your life, you're adding quality years to your life.
Let
Like
me
you
share
were,
this. Go.
mhm.
I'm sorry. I was waiting. I'm waiting.
Okay. I mean, no, what I'm saying, you're adding quality years to your life, right? You're reclaiming your life, you're getting your body
Hmm.
back,
Hmm.
you're being able to live a fulfilled life where you're moving, where you're connecting. And if you stay, why wouldn't you want that? Right? So I mean, so
Hmm.
it's it's so hard talking to people sometimes because they're like, I'm not ready. I'm not I'm
Yes.
not ready for you're not ready
Yes.
for this good thing. You're not
Yes.
ready for good health. You're not ready for a full life. You're not ready to be off the medicine. You're not right. You're not ready to save some money. You're not ready. All the money, extra
Hmm.
money we're spending on food, extra money we're spending on clothes. Because I will tell you, buying clothes that were larger size were more expensive than buying the clothes that are smaller size. It takes more
That's
fabric.
right.
I mean, that's
Mm.
right, right.
Yes, it
So
is.
you're not excited about saving some money, being able to invest some money. You're not excited about that. You're not excited about having more freedom in your life. You're not ready.
Hmm. Yes.
So because the focus is still on the plate, right? Not not having this real understanding of what we eat, what we put in our body. It is just a tool. It is
Hmm.
just a tool for us to be able to live the life we want to live. So
Yeah.
decide how you want to live, decide how you want to look, decide how you want to feel. Get the excitement from that. And when you stay in that excitement, then the choices of your food will be, will this food help me get that life?
Yes. I have been carrying around a green apple in my pocketbook for 2 weeks. I don't like green apples. I will eat them if I have to, but I don't like them. And so actually, I gave one away because I asked somebody and they liked them, so I gave them one of them. But this is the 28th day that I have not eaten sugar. Now, when I saw sugar on the counter at the beauty school, they had the mints, and then I went somewhere. They had mints on this table and on that table at the introduction booth, and at the hotel because they put me in a hotel this week, and I didn't even know the Deborah. Well, I'm gonna get me a whole put them in my purse. Now, let me tell you, when I went to my business event Thursday, I bought zero sugar, no MSG, no glucose, no mints, and I was eating them, and I said, "See, look at you," but it wasn't sugar. But I said the greediness in you is still right there. But
Mhm.
when people gave me a goodie bag with a payday candy bar in it, I looked in the bag, instantly tore the payday candy bar and set it back on the table. I said, "I don't eat this." And yesterday at the Taste of Clarksville, almost every vendor indoors was cupcakes, cookies, something sugary. I said to them, I haven't eaten sugar in 25 days, but I'm sure you're going to have a successful event. And they said, "Oh, thank you." I said, I have not eaten sugar in 25 days. And even if they tried to offer me something that was sugar like, I said, no, thank you. And I just
Yes.
kept along to honor that they were there, to encourage them. And I would instead I would say, you ought to do the pitch contest to help you with your business. I would try to give a little bit of advice that was still helpful, because business is about business development, and it's also about connecting.
Yes.
And I wasn't tempted because I actually got tired, took a little nap, and then I asked one of my customers to meet me there so that I could work with him on his resume and introduce him to networking.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
everything, but the one person I said I would have lunch with, I had his business card, I found it and got lunch. And then I was ready to go home. So I didn't overindulge.
Mhm.
I didn't eat any sugar, and I existed with the sugar there because I learned that obese people who have food addictions, sugar and flour is the culprit. So
Yes.
I can try not only July, we're gonna try August. So I hope people in the support groups, I'm gonna do no sugar with you, Deborah. I hope that y'all are gonna do no sugar with me next month.
That's
And
right.
even if you do 1 day a week, if you do 1 hour a day, if every time you see sugar, you decide I'm not gonna eat it. I had
Mhm.
coffee. I said, "Would you please put cream in my coffee?" "Oh, you don't want any sugar?" "No, thank you. We have stevia." "No, thank you." I did good. I said, "Do you all have a no sugar icy?" He said, "Taste this." He said, "It doesn't clump up like sugar makes things clump together, but it does taste cool because it was hot out." So I tasted it. It was no sugar, and I was happy, and I was
Mhm.
cool.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there are alternatives if you open up your mind and say, even though I'm struggling, let me just try to make a decision to help my life, to help my joints, to help my confidence, to help my skin, to help my chest, to help my tummy, my core area, to help build my leg strength. Because the more you work on it, the stronger that muscle is going to get.
Yes. 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 And no thank you is a muscle. No
Yes.
thank you is a muscle.
Yes.
I I'm
Yes.
not that I'm not that girl anymore. That's a muscle.
Yes.
I'm not that girl
Yes.
anymore. That's a muscle. That
Yes.
mm-mm. Mm-mm. This is a brand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
that is so beautiful, and so it is. Deborah Ann, it is a continuum. It is a
Yeah.
process. It is a process, and I will tell you this. Part of my issue for a very long time was the empty calories and alcohol, and I used to think, am I alcoholic? Am I addicted to alcohol? I wasn't. I'm not, but I was addicted to the sugar in the alcohol.
Hmm.
Right, a different thing. So what I started doing when I wanted to break my my cycle with alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
I went to I went to a bar and I asked the bartender for a virgin martini, and
Okay.
he said a virgin martini. How am I going to make that? Because a martini is all alcohol. And I said, I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get some pineapple juice. You're going to get a little bit of cranberry juice. You're going to get some club soda. You're going to put that in. You're going to put it in that little silver shaker. You're going to shake it up, and you're going to put it in a martini glass.
Okay.
And that satisfied me. That's
Mm-hmm.
not satisfied. It satisfies me. And in that moment, what I realized was that I wanted the experience of the drink. I didn't want the alcohol, right?
Yes.
I wanted to walk around with that little glass.
Exactly.
That little glass meant something to me. And so what I started doing, like if I go out and I was having 4 drinks a night, right? 4 alcohol. That's how much I was in for. I got to the point. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have 3 drinks and I'm going to have one of my virgin martinis.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for a while. And then I got to the point where I had 2 drinks and two
Mm-hmm.
virgin martinis. Then I
Mm-hmm.
got to the point where I had 1 drink and 3 virgin martinis. And then it was all virgin martinis. It was 4 of them. And then I started noticing the difference in the money because those
Okay.
martinis at $15 a pop, that's $60, right? I
Okay.
sometimes when I got the pineapple juice, the club soda, and the cranberry juice, they wouldn't even charge me. So
Yes.
so the bill became $5 instead of $60. And tell
Amen.
me something, going out and doing that, like even once a week, every
Yes.
month, that's $240 a month right there. There's
Okay.
plenty I can do with $240, right? That that savings alone, right?
Yes.
That savings
Yes.
alone. And if there's anybody, let me say this, anybody that's watching and you want to do the 52-week course,
Yes.
that right, you can pay for the course by just doing that. If you're going out and you're drinking 4 times, at least 4 drinks a month, right? I mean 4 drinks a week, that'll pay for the course. That
Okay. Well,
just
we have
that.
some comments here.
We're not even talking about the food, right? We're not even talking about what what you will say once you cut back on the food, right?
Exactly.
That that
Yes.
that makes it worth it. That makes it affordable.
Okay. Well,
So and now, like
after
wait,
we I'm sorry, I'm
okay,
sorry. Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
So
Go
let
ahead.
me finish. Let me finish one more.
I'm so
Then I
sorry.
got to, and so I want to just talk a little bit about the progression, about what you think you need in the beginning and where you end up. So
Okay.
then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? You don't even need to put it in a martini glass. Just put it in a regular glass. I didn't even
Oh
need
yeah.
you right. So you don't even need that anymore. Then I got to, just give me a club soda. And then sometimes I like, oh, you don't have any glasses? Just put it in a plastic cup. So all of that, right? All of that attachment. All I'm just saying is that over time, how you see the stuff, how it will change. It will it
Yes.
will change. But it's gradual, right?
Mhm.
It's gradual. It's process. And I'm not saying that there's sometimes something can happen and you can't change in an instant. We know that that can happen, right?
Oh
If
yeah.
if the reason is strong enough, if it's compelling enough, right? If the
Mhm.
association is strong enough. But most of the time, you gradually move away from it to the point where it no longer means anything to you. And I said
Exactly.
all that to say that, just like you were talking about that soul food meal and how it still kind of sits with you a certain way. I'm just saying there will come a time when it won't have that kind of effect.
Yes. I want to read the comments and then I want you to tell us what we can do to get more support.
Okay.
Bia G says you both are very encouraging. John Baptiste Laurent says he's French. It's very good. He's just saying the content is very good.
Thank
Albertina
you, Tom
says
Petty.
I eat too much white bread. I decided to cut off. Albertina also says healthy diet is very important. She says I am lazy to exercise my body.
You know what? It is Albertino. It is all a process, right? It
Mm.
is all and you know what? Exercise. doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a walk around your neighborhood, right?
Yes.
It can be it you know what it can be when you go to the grocery store, instead of parking right at the door, park park a park a parking lot over, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. If you live in an apartment complex, you don't have to
Mm-hmm.
park in front of your unit. Park
Yes.
across the way. There are simple ways. If you like to garden, gardening is exercise. So
Yes.
it is finding something that you enjoy doing. You don't have to get gym clothes. You don't have to get, go to the gym and work out and do all that stuff. But this notion of just honoring your body, because your body wants to move, right? Our bodies want to move. Our bodies want to support us. And just, start off with 15 minutes a day doing something that you enjoy. And then 15 minutes one day a week. The next week do 15 minutes 2 days a week. The next week do 15 minutes 3 days a week. The next week do 15 minutes 4 days a week. Then move the 15 minutes to 20 minutes. Then move the 20 minutes to 25 minutes.
And
Then
for
move the
people who
25
are
minutes to
in the
30 minutes.
bed who can't move because of pain, start off by tapping your toes. Just tap your toes and move your ankles. Just tap your toes and
Hmm.
move your ankles. And then just raise your arms up. Just small. If you're in pain, the first order of business is you forgot to go seek professional help to ease your pain. But a lot of times the doctor won't explain to you that if you start off slowly, 10 minutes twice a week, just moving a little bit, your pain will ease.
And
Yes,
do it to music. Do it to
yes,
some music that you
yes,
enjoy. So now your mind has something else to focus on, right? So
yes. That's good.
put on some Smokey Robinson. Who
Okay,
doesn't love Smokey Robinson, right?
okay.
Right? Put on some Smokey. Put on some Al Green, right?
Yes.
Right? All of that. Whoever your favorite is, Michael Jackson. I just heard him talking about Prince today. Put on some Prince. Put on some something something that you enjoy to accompany the thing that you're trying to enjoy. And then you start
Michelle
making the
your friend
associations and coming
Michelle
together. Hmm.
says she started exercising by doing chair exercises from YouTube.
Yes, absolutely. So Michelle, do you think I could learn line dancing by watching YouTube? Do you think I could learn? You think
Mine need
you-
yes, and I ain't even commenting on that mess.
the, the chair exercises? Yes, bravo, bravo. Bravo. You're not gonna comment on the line.
Mm-mm. You gonna get a letter from the black the Afro American nation. Your letter is in the mail. Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna tell
Yes.
Sophie
Yes.
Carmichael on you. Oh my goodness.
just, just so long as he don't answer.
I'm gonna tell the ancestors. I'm like, Lord, we gotta get her in the
Oh,
village.
yeah, ancestors help her. And we're calling on all the ancestors. We're calling on all the ancestors.
Okay.
I
That's
know.
so funny.
I know. I know.
Okay.
It's a,
Well, tell
it's a
us
sad,
how we
it's a
can,
sad but simple truth.
Michelle.
So
Tell us
good.
how we hear you. We're in pain. We want to do better. So how can people get more support?
Yes.
Because they
Okay.
can't do. None of us can do very few things by ourselves. So stop
Yep.
thinking you can do things by yourself. So
Yes.
Michelle, tell us how we can get more support.
I'm glad you said it, because the addiction. Hey, Porch Lady, good to see you. Good to see you, Porch Lady. So
Hmm.
the addiction will tell you that you can do it by yourself. That's the
Hmm.
first thing. And so the second thing to remember, first thing, addiction will tell you that you can do it by yourself. The second thing to remember is that addiction is a liar.
Yes.
So y'all, if you're chatting in there, just repeat after me. Put it in the chat. Addiction is a liar.
Amen.
And what we are about here on Thursday night, and every time Deborah Ann comes on, we're about the truth.
Amen.
We are about the truth. And the truth is, right? The truth is, all boats can rise. When we come to our Monday night group, my free Facebook group that Deborah Ann is a part of, we have our emotional overeating support group every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern time, we come and we bring our truth. We bring our challenges, we
Mm-hmm.
bring our victories, right? We bring it all to that group. And if you come to that group and you have something to share, we want to hear it. If you come to that group and you don't even want to be on camera, you just want to sit there because you need some support, you need to be poured into, you can do that too, right? But we all benefit from each other's energy, because if somebody is going down a road, they are paving the way for somebody else to come after, right? And somebody is going down the road, they're looking back and they say, "Come on, girl, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. I got you. I've been there. This is what you do, right? That whatever it is you think, whatever it is you're facing, guess what? It's not going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is you're facing, it is going to make you stronger. I I've been there. I've come out on the other side. Here's what the other side looks like. You can do it. You can take it one day at a time. That's what happens in that group. So we come in the group, we share, we support one another. We share and we support one another. We share and support one another. I'm repeating it because that's what we do. That's what it takes. You have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And it's not insanity, right? If you're expecting an outcome that's not possible,
Mm-hmm.
right? It is the consistency of this support, right? It is the consistency over time. Consistency over time is what brings about the transformation. The consistency over time is what brings about the change. The consistency over time is what brings out the result. And
Yes.
and sometimes you're like, I still have to do this. Yes, you still have to do this
Can
because you're
men
not
come to the
focused.
group too, Michelle?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we need
Okay.
some testosterone in the group. So
Okay.
it's the I am brand new now Facebook group. Deborah Ann has it on this page. She has it in the chat. Join the group. I'll send you the link to the Zoom call at 5 o'clock. We do it.
Porch lady,
We
put
do
that in the group. I am brand new Facebook group. Please type that for us so they can go to those words. I
we
am
do it.
brand new Facebook group.
I am
Please,
brand new.
Porch
I
lady.
am brand new now. I am
I am
brand new
brand new
now.
now. Yes, thank you, Michelle.
So, so
Thank
I am
you.
brand new now Facebook group. So
Thank you.
join the group. We'll send you the link to the Zoom class on Monday night and come.
Mhm.
Come even when you don't feel like coming. Because when you don't
Okay.
feel like coming, that's when you need to be there.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Michelle, the first
Mhm.
week of the month, which is next Saturday, this Saturday coming up, what do you have going on this Saturday where
Yes,
people can
yes,
sign up?
this Saturday coming up, we have the Right Your Way to Your Right Weight. And that's Saturday from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12. It's an hour and a half. And we come to this group and we write. And we write, all right? We write your way to your right weight because the secret in changing your brain, the secret in changing your thoughts, the secret in
Mm-hmm.
changing your feelings is putting pen to paper.
Yes.
Is putting pen to paper. Because what is it? Writing makes it plain, right? Writing makes it real. When we see it on paper, there's something that happens when we have the pencil and the pen in our hand and we're
Mm-hmm.
going across the paper, things start to change. And so
Mm-hmm.
it is a writing workshop. It is a writing workshop where we get to your story. We start getting to your story
So
because
how do we sign up?
every everything that we eat, right, is based on a belief that we have about the food. Everything that we eat, every amount of everything that we eat, every choice that we make about food is based on a belief that we have about the food. And so we have to get to what that belief is and then figure out if that belief is true, if it
Mm-hmm.
serves us, and if it's not the truth, If it's rooted in addiction, which is a lie,
Mm-hmm.
then we correct it and we rewrite the truth.
How do we sign up?
You sign up, email me. Just email
Okay.
me. Email me at michelle@michellepettis.com.
Okay.
Email me and I will send you the link. I will
Okay.
send you, and here's what I'm going to do. That class for an hour and a half is $25. Tonight, tonight only, if you're watching this show tonight, if you sign up for the class, I will also include a copy of my book. And
Awesome.
then, and that book, all right, that book is normally $29.95 to get a signed copy and sent to you. So if you sign
Awesome.
up tonight, if you sign up tonight, I'll also send you a copy of the book.
Now you
That's
can't
a
beat
key.
that.
You can beat it.
But
You can't beat it because
Porch Lady, can you put Michelle at michellepettis.com so that people can email for class and free book? So they'll know the email address.
that,
Michelle at michellepettis, PETTIES.com. Michelle with two L's.
that's right. That's right. That's
Please,
right.
Porch Lady. That's
Thank you, Porch
wonderful.
Lady. Thank you,
Yes.
Porch Lady. So
Oh,
only, only if you're watching this broadcast tonight. Only if you're
okay.
watching this broadcast tonight, and only for the class that is on Saturday, which is the 3rd,
Yes, August 3rd. That
August
is
3rd.
wonderful. That is
And
wonderful.
the other thing, right, I want
Hmm.
you to do, you're watching tonight, I watch my TED Talk.
Yes, the TED
Watch
Talk
that.
is in the description.
Watch
It's
the TED,
in the
watch
description.
the TED Talk. Watch the TED Talk. And then after you watch it, I need you to do something else. I need you to like it. I need you
Yes.
to make a comment. And then
Yes.
I need you to share it to your social media.
Yes.
Just share it, share it to your feed, share it to your Facebook feed, share it to your Instagram. If you have
Mhm.
people on your an email list, just share. And here's the thing: is that we all know somebody. We
Yes.
all know somebody that is
Who
struggling like
need
we are,
hope?
right? Who need help? Who need hope? Who
Who
need the
need hope?
formula? Because in that TED talk, Deborah Ann, you saw it. In that TED
Yes.
talk, I tell you what to do.
Yes.
It's in there. It's in there. If
Hmm.
you are struggling and you don't understand why, I explain it. I explain it in the TED Talk. And once you get the explanation, once you get the understanding, that's the first step. That's the first step to breaking free, to understand that it's not your fault, to understand that we are programmed by this culture to eat in a way that does not serve us. And as soon
Mm.
as we are able to recognize that and break that down and start taking our minds back, start taking our minds back, that talk will show you how to do that.
Yes.
That we don't have to be victimized. We
Hmm.
don't have to be victimized. We are in control because we get so many messages, right? We get
Yes.
I mean, we have so many messages that tell us that we don't have control. We have so many situations that try to take our control from us,
Yes.
right?
And for those who are ready for the 1 year long class, Michelle, tell us a little bit about that class so that we can get ready to
Yeah.
join.
Yes. If you would like to know more about that class, if you would like to have a conversation about that class, email me. Email me
Mhm.
at michelle@michellepettis.com. But let me tell you what happens in that class. All right. In that class, it is rooted in writing as well. Right. It is 52 weeks. And the reason it is 52 weeks is because transformation does not happen in a 6 week program.
Mhm.
Transformation does not happen in a 90-day program. What I am
Mhm.
saying for 52 weeks is bring your mind to that group. Bring your mind to us. Bring your mind to me. Let me help you. Let me teach you what I know.
Yes.
Right? Let me teach and let me tell you what I know is that I lost weight after 40 years of struggle in 2019. It is 2024. It is 5 years later. I am the same size now as I was in October 2019 when I went on that fashion shoot. The same size. And for 40 years, that was never the truth. It was always a struggle. It was always a battle. I did not know how to do it. And the reason is, the problem is, I didn't have mastery over food. For
Hmm.
52 weeks, what you will learn is you will learn not just mastery over food, you will learn mastery over your emotions. Because once you learn mastery over the emotion, if you are an emotional eater, and people say that they are, if you are an emotional eater, separate the emotion from the food, separate the emotion from the eating. That's what we do in the group. And if you learn how to master the emotion, master that skill, do that, then you won't have to go to the eating because you have mastered the thing that's at the root of it.
Yes, Porch Lady.
You-
Would you edit that? It's Michelle at MichellePettis.com. Just go to the button and hit edit and just add the word Michelle in front of the at sign. And that's the email address. But doing that's a great take off the word Saturday class because that might be confusing. But that looks beautiful. Just add the word Michelle at MichellePettis.com and take off the word Saturday class. That way people who are wanting to email will understand because international people will put the word Saturday class and they'll be confused. But it looks
yeah.
so beautiful when you put it there, Porch Lady.
Thank
If
you,
you
Porch
would,
Lady.
I tell you,
Thank you, Porch
it looks
Lady.
beautiful. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. Yes. This really is the official Porch Lady, Deborah Ann, and Michelle show, in case you didn't know. Because Porch Lady supports me. She has the right to come on anytime we're on live and
Absolutely,
join us. We hope we're
absolutely.
going to get her on camera sometime. But she
Yes,
knows she's been invited because
and
she's been doing good.
and Portia Lady is with us on Monday nights, right? She's on
Yes.
Monday nights, and she's in the
Yes.
writing class, right? So
Yes.
we got a family
Yes.
affair. We got a
Yes.
family affair going here, right?
And
Um,
iron sharpens iron. Don't you know that, Michelle? Iron
Absolutely,
sharpens iron.
iron sharpens iron.
Yes.
Absolutely,
And no matter
absolutely.
where we are, because we're striving, we're that iron.
Yes,
And the Bible says that show enough bad company corrupt good morals, but guess what? Good company enhances good behavior. Weight
yes,
loss,
yes,
abstaining from too much overindulgence, and killing addiction.
yes. That's right. Killing addiction, creating a hostile environment so that it cannot even exist,
Hmm.
right?
That's
Cre-
right.
and you know what and you know what that hostile environment is?
What is it?
That hostile environment is love.
All right now.
The hostile environment is when we love on ourselves and
Yes.
eating in a healthy way and moving in a healthy way and getting the sleep and getting the water. That is love. That is self-love right there. When we embrace those four pillars of health or the five pillars of health, right? Paying attention to our mental state, eating nutritiously and getting hydrated, getting sleep and movement. That's really how you love yourself. And when we love ourselves at that high level, when we love ourselves at a high level, guess what? Addiction cannot stand it.
Amen.
Addiction, that creates a hostile environment for addiction and it cannot survive.
That's wonderful.
Because when we love ourselves at a high level like that, we are getting connected to our true selves. And when we get connected to our true selves, that allows us to connect with other people. And when we connect with other people, we feel supported and we can support.
That's
And
right.
addiction cannot live in a supportive environment. Addiction cannot live in a supportive environment. And that is absolutely correct. Thank you, Porch Lady, Michelle at MichellePettis.com. So if you are interested in connecting with me, or if you are interested in the 52 weeks to transformation, that class is open now. I am accepting a limited number of participants in that class this go around. The writing workshop is open for this coming Saturday. And remember, you get that writing workshop, I'm gonna send you a signed copy of my book as well.
All right.
You're gonna get a two for one. I have
All
let me
right.
say I have never done that before. I have
Mm-hmm.
never ever done that before. But that is how committed I am. This
All
is how
right. Coach
committed
Lady
I
says
am
giving up
to.
is not an option.
It's
That's
not an
right.
option. Not an option.
Mm,
We're just moving forward. You know what? You know what is an option, Porch Lady? Giving it our all,
that's right.
right? Giving it our all, giving it your all, giving it my all, giving all. Because when you're all in, right? When you are all in, giving up is not an option. When you are all in, you reap the rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you reap the rewards, and
Yes.
that's what I teach you how to do in that 52-week class. That's what I teach you how to do in that writing class. That's what we do when we meet on Monday night, right? We keep pushing each other forward. We keep
Yes.
pushing each other forward.
Janice Sabri says, "Good evening. I am new to your channel and appreciating your content on weight loss and eating healthier. Welcome, Jenny Sabri. Welcome.
Welcome, Jenny. Welcome,
Yes.
Jenny. Good to see you. Good to
Yes.
see you.
Yes.
Yes, showing up for me.
That's
It's
right.
showing
Michelle
up
says that.
for me. Love it.
Mhm.
Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Deborah, Deborah, why have I been here for an hour? You know I'm only supposed to be here for 30 minutes.
I know,
Why
I
you
know.
why, why,
I
why,
just don't
why
want
you
to
gonna let
stop
me run
you
my mouth?
because you're on a roll, but I don't know. I've just been feeling like that so much lately, and because there are new people coming on, and I'm gonna tell you something. There have been about 16 to 20 people on, and most of them aren't saying anything.
Mhm,
Every now and then they're gonna say, Deborah, and I'm like you. Because it's not been safe to say I am fat and overweight, I am sick, I'm in pain, and it's all because of my food addiction. It has not been okay to say that because mostly we see skinny women on diets. We ain't see a
mhm,
lot. Now we're beginning to see obese people take their life back. But growing up, being a little chunkier, I mean, it was not a bad thing. People were happy because most of us did the right. We were in school, we got jobs, we took care of ourselves, and the culture said you're doing good. Porch Lady was one of the ones who was taking care of family members, and everybody's like, "That's our Porch Lady." So now we're able to say, you know what? I want to decrease this weight. Not exactly sure how, but I know that there is an issue. And we were always on diets. It wasn't that we weren't
mhm,
trying. So
mhm.
I want that's one reason why I kind of keep let you keep going when I really hear that encouragement, and maybe it will break through to say somebody will show up to class and just listen, or
Yeah,
somebody will say, hey, I want to get into that 1 year class because honey, we working, we got some money, we ain't broke. We just
right,
want
right,
to live a better life.
right. Yes, and so you know what? I I read somewhere. I read somewhere, or somebody told me this, that LeBron James spends $1 million a year
Yes.
investing in his health.
Yes, I read that too.
Mil-
Yes.
$1 million a year.
Hmm.
That's just now. Of course, he is a super millionaire, billionaire. I don't know. You know, he's got a way bunch of money, so he can do that. But that just speaks to the fact that he understands how important investing in
Hmm.
his. It's not just his health, but it's investing in his life. That he
Yes,
sees that, and so we we can see the same thing.
we can.
His life is no more valuable than yours or mine. It
Exactly.
is not.
And you
He
know
has
what
more
I learned?
he has more resources, but we have to look at our resources and say, are the resources that I have worth investing in me saving my life, improving the quality of life,
Mm-hmm.
ensuring that I am at the optimum of health, so
Mm-hmm.
that I can do the things that I want to do, so that I won't be a burden on myself or my family, so I won't be a
Mm-hmm.
burden on myself or anybody else. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we can you what is the people on the science fiction show, live long and prosper, right?
Yeah.
We can live long, but if we're living long in ill health, what's the point?
Yeah.
If
And you
we
know
live
what?
long and we can't do anything for ourselves or for anybody else, and everybody else that has to wait on us, then what is the point? I
You
mean,
know what?
we are here to create our purpose.
Those people who have back pain, leg pain, who are in pain every day, some of them I try to talk to, they say, oh, that won't help. They say, oh, that won't help because they feel hopeless. They feel helpless. They watch my YouTube channel. When I walked into the senior citizen center, they knew my first and last name. You're Deborah
Mhm.
Matthews. I see you on YouTube. So
Mhm.
they're encouraging me, but for them, they can't see that they can stop being in pain and stop being back pain, knee pain, and overweight.
Mhm.
It starts with believing you can.
Absolutely. It starts with belief.
Not a
It
speed race, but it will start with a race.
Mhm.
The rabbit or the hare.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So thank
Mhm.
you so much for being with us. We look forward to seeing all of you on our coaching session tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We look forward to you. Now she should be charging us $50, but she charges 25 because she's nice. But so that'll be Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, no, 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m.
Mhm.
Central Standard Time. And then if you want to sign up while there's an opening for the 52-week class, you have to email her at Michelle Pettis. If you want to give her a call, go ahead and give her a call. She'll arrange to speak with you. But cash app her. Don't be trying to let her do something for free. And okay. And just come and be encouraged. Porch
Yes.
Lady
Yes.
says, money that I used to spend on snacks and junk food, I now spend on my membership with Miss Deborah and my Saturday writing class with Michelle. She sure
Yes.
does. She sure
Yes.
does. And I appreciate it. That encourages me,
Yes.
Porch Lady. That's why I
Yes.
call your
Yes.
name because we're in this together.
Yes.
We're in
In
this
this together.
together. We're in this
Yes.
together. Okay,
And don't
Michelle.
forget, don't forget to watch that TED Talk and
Yes, the TED Talk
share
is
it.
in the description because I copied and pasted it. And you see how fine Michelle looks on that page? I got you in that outfit with those pink flower things behind you, Michelle. That's what's on the post.
Oh yes, yes,
Looking
yes.
fine, girl. Looking fine. Okay? So looking fine. We're gonna be fine like that too. And
That's
so
right. That's
yes, I
right.
mean,
That's
well,
right.
I'm fine now, but I'm gonna be finer when I
Right,
can
find
walk
it.
and I'm
That's
not
right.
have my wheelchair and I'm on the
That's
beach
right.
somewhere, letting Jehoshaphat rub my ankles. That's how they do in Jamaica. They tell you how pretty you are. They probably send it to all women.
Absolutely.
I don't want him rubbing my ankle. Leave
Absolutely.
me alone, Jehoshaphat. So thank you so much, y'all. We can do this. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
We can do
Thank
this.
you. Thank you.
We can
Thank
do
you.
this.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate you. Yes, we're willing. We're willing. Peace. Hair grease. Bye, y'all. Thank you. Oh, Janine says, thank you for encouraging me to continue on my weight loss journey. She says that.
Absolutely. That's why
Yes.
we're here. That's why
Yes.
we're here.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And we are stronger together. We'll be here every Thursday. If not Thursday, we'll be here. We'll get in what we fit in. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow. Peace and
All
hair
right.
grease, y'all. Bye.